Hello everyone. In this video, we will be making custom scroll bars by using CSS. For custom scroll bars, we use webkit-scrollbar pseudo elements, and actually there are different types of scroll bar pseudo elements that can be used for styling our scroll bar. So as you can see, I have these four basic designs that I'm gonna demonstrate how to make them, and by keeping them as a reference, you guys can start designing your own scroll bars. So let's get started, and I'm using Atom and here I have one folder. So I'm gonna make my index file, and there is only one index file and one CSS file we need for this. So styles.css, yeah, and that's it. So I'm just gonna close this, and I'm gonna put these side by side. So I'll put this on the left. Yeah. I closed the wrong one. Let me open this again. Yeah, that's right. So let's get started with this. So now I'm using a plugin called Emmet, so which gives me a faster way to use to write markup actually. So for this I'm just gonna put custom scroll bars, and for body, what I want is I want these scroll bars to appear side by side. So that's why I'm gonna put them in a container. So then wrapper, and inside that I want my scroll bar element. So that is style one I'll give, and I want it to have a class of scroll bar. Sorry, scroll bar, and inside that, actually I don't want to put inside. Actually, I don't want to put text inside of it. What I will do is I'm just gonna create a div with an ID of force overflow, and later I'm gonna provide it height which is greater than its parent. So this will give us the scroll bar. So that's all the markup that we need for our first scroll bar. So now I'm gonna link our style sheet. Yeah, that's it. So let's start with the container div. So for container class, what I want is I want to display it as flags, and I want it to have equal space around it. So that's why I'm gonna use space around, and flex wrap actually, and I want it to wrap. So that's it. And then for wrapper class, for that wrapper class, what I want is width of 100 pixel, and height of 400 pixel, and padding of 20 pixel. Let's see. And what else do we need? Let's give it a background of dark gray, and I want it to display as flex, and margin of 20 pixel top and bottom, and 2 pixel left and right. So yeah, that's it for our wrapper class. Now we will style our scroll bar class. So scroll bar, and what do we have here is I'm gonna give it a width of 30 pixel, okay, and height of 400 pixel. Let's see. And background of white color, and overflow auto, sorry, auto, and margin left, that is 50 pixel. Now let's style our force overflow class. So for force overflow I'm gonna give it a width of 100%. So 100% width, and I'm gonna give it a height more than its parent so that we can get the scroll bar. So this, and margin right, and that is 10 pixel right. Okay, so far if I refresh this, now we have a default scroll bar. So let's start styling it in different ways. So for first style I'm gonna write, so before I start styling our scroll bars, I'm just gonna show you a diagram in which actually the area which is inside this blue line that you see, actually that is the complete scroll bar that we have. So we select that portion of a scroll bar by simply writing the ID of the element of which we want to select. So in this case it's style 1, and we want our webkit element, webkit scroll bar, like this. So now we have selected it. So if I save this, and let's see, do we see any changes? No, because we don't have any property inside of that. Now when I provided a property, let's say width of 10 pixel, okay, now what we will see is when I refresh this, the whole thing is gone. And that actually that happens because now the default webkit scroll bar is gone. The webkit has stopped rendering it, and now what's happening is it's now looking for the styles which are mentioned in our CSS file. So that's how it works actually behind the scenes. So now we have to look for the scroll bar thumb and the scroll bar track. So we can give it some sort of styling, so it will appear again, so it will appear again on the screen. So let's do that, and let's go back to our CSS file, and here I'll start. Let me select our track first. So webkit scrollbar. So this, now I want to give it a box shadow property, and actually I want my track like as it has some kind of depth. So for that I'm going to use inset, which simply puts shadow inside the box. So box shadow, shadow, and that is inset 6 pixel, and RGBA of some darker shade. This, now I don't want to be I don't want it to be very edgy. I just want it to be a little bit round around the edges. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a property of radius. Sorry, border radius. Let's give it 3 pixel, and I want the background color to be little bit off white, as we said. So background color, and let's put it this. Now if we save this and see, sorry, and see, we get this. As you can see, like there is a track, and we can now start styling our thumb so that it can also appear on the screen, and we can move it around. So webkit scrollbar and thumb. I want background color to be dark gray, that's that. And border radius to be 5 pixel. Okay, so when I save this, I get this. So this is the uh, most convenient, this is the most basic style that we can apply to our scroll bars. So so that's it for the first style. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna simply copy this one and paste it underneath, and just change this. So now hopefully we will get two scroll bars. Yeah, we get this one, but for some reason it doesn't have that background. Let me see what changed. Oh, I accidentally removed this, I guess. Yeah, yeah. So now we have our scroll bar. So let's start styling this one. So for this one again I'm going to select these. So basically for track and scroll bar I'm gonna put the same styling, and I'm just gonna focus on different ways of on different styles that we can apply to our thumb, so so that we get a better look. So if I save this, I don't know why it doesn't oh shit. Okay, so that's because it says this. I don't know how it got changed to that. So style to, yeah. So now we again have the same style. So let's start with the thumb style. Now our webkit scrollbar thumb. Now for this, what I want is I just want it to have two different colors. The top the 50% of the top should be of different color, and the below 50% will be of different color. So let's see how we can achieve that. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a background color of let's say navy blue, I guess. So two, that is the color. And I want to give it a border radius of 5 pixel. And now what I want is I want to it have some sort of gradient. So for that I can use background image property, and now I will use the gradient function. So webkit linear gradient, and in this, what I want, first we specify the angle, and after that we specify the different parameters regarding to the style, how we want our style to be. So I'll start with the basic, that is the angle that we define. So I'm gonna come back to the angle later, because actually according to me it's very easy to describe angle when we actually see it gets printed on the web. So 90 degree for the angle. Now I will specify the color that I want. Basically this is gonna start from 0%, and it will be applied till I don't know, let's say 50%. I'll make it 50%. Okay, now I want my transparent property to be started from 50%, and then I want it all the way to the end. So transparent 100%. So I'm just gonna put word wrap here. Okay, so if I save this and refresh this, now I see different shades of blue. Different shades of blue I can see. Uh, so that's it for this one, and for our next one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it as 3 and just copy this here, and this is 3 again. Yeah, that's it. So hopefully we'll get another one. Okay, I haven't saved this. Yeah, sure. Now I want to put some sort of stripes in for the thumb. So for that I'm going to use this WebKit linear gradient function, but now I'm gonna put a lot of parameters into this so that we can get, actually sometimes it happens this function really gets very complicated, so it's very important to understand how we put values into this. So style 4, sorry, style 3, we are only on style 3 now, and for WebKit scrollbar, and that is okay. So WebKit thumb. So now I think what I want is let's put a blue background first. So background color is going to be one, what is that, yeah, I guess. Okay, so that's it, that's the color that I want, and if I save this and I'll see, I get this color, which is a very nice color. I generally use this shade of blue, and after that I'll put this background image and apply our WebKit function, WebKit linear gradient. Function. So now I want it to, yeah, so now coming back to the angle again, so this is the angle that you see, it's a straight line that you see here, but if you change it to some different angle, let's say 45 degree, and if you save it now, so what will happen, you'll see it, the line has been changed, like it's little bit slant, so it's little bit inclined to that angle. So I'll change it back to the way it was, 90 degree, save it. So I'll put it on 45 degree for this stripe 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 style that we want, and then what I want is I want to put let's say a lighter shade above this so that it looks little bit faded, and I want it like 5 till 25%. Now I want my transparent property to start from 25% and then go till 50%. Okay, so 50%. Now I again want this color to be applied uh, so 5 to be applied from 50% till 75%. Till 75%, and then I want my transparent property to be applied from 75%, and as you all know, if I don't write anything after this, it's going to be applied till 100%, but I just want to be very explicit about what I want. So that's it. So if I save this, now you can see like there is a stripe pattern that you can see in this. So, and it's very easy if you want to change the shade of these stripes, you just have to change this property. So if you put this 3 and all of them 3, otherwise you will have different shades on your stripes. So if you do this, you'll see the shade has been changed now. So it's very convenient to use this method, and it's very easy when you want to change it. So now for our next scroll bar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this again, change it to 4, and I'm gonna copy this again, because I want same style for track and our scroll bar. So I'll change it to 4 now. Now webkit scroll bar, and that is yeah. So now we have this. Now what do I want is I want it to be a little bit of transparent, and then when I hover over it, when I place my mouse over this, then I want its background to change to some darker shade or something like that. We'll see about the shade to which we want to change it to. So for this one, what we're gonna do is let's put some background color first. So background color, and this is RGBA, and I don't know, I want it to be too, no, some brighter color, 6, and border to be solid, and let's say gray. And after that we want border radius, because border radius 9, no not 9, 4 pixel. And now we want to apply some box shadow property to this box shadow, and want it to be inset 0 pixel for x and y coordinates, and 10 pixel for the amount of shadow that we want, and RG, that is the color. So I just want a dark color for this. Yep. So let's see how does it look. So yeah, so it's pretty nice. It looks like it's transparent, and I only want to add one thing now to this. When I hover over it, it should change its color. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna select the thumb. So that is why I'm just gonna paste this and hover, and yeah, so we just want to change its background property. Like, you can mention anything in this, whether anything that you want to change, and that will be applied whenever our cursor comes over this. So yeah, so it changes its color. I don't know whether you guys are able to see this or not, but when you will write this code by yourself, you will see like it changes its color. So so for this video, that's it guys, and I hope I was able to explain you, and you got what you were looking for. And so that's it for the video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.